Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Katharyne, and really exciting news today from Midjourney. I actually was making a video yesterday all about their new announcements with style references, and just as I was editing that this morning, they came out with the bombshell. They have released video. You can generate any video from any image, whether it's an image you've created in Midjourney or an image that you've uploaded to Midjourney. You can now animate that image, which is just incredibly exciting. What I'm going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about the updates to style references, because those in themselves are mind-blowing. As I say, I made a video about them yesterday. I'm going to redo it today. I'm going to remake that video now and show you those style references again today, because I want to show them to you in the context that we also have video. And the two things go together really well. You can create a world with a style reference, and that world can be explored in your video. Now, I'm just going to take a moment because I really want to talk about Origins. Origins is my baby. I have put so much love and work into this course. It is huge. And the big news with Origins, we released it about 3-4 weeks ago, I think, and it has just grown enormously since then. There are well over 200 people in the Origins group. It is buzzing. We've got so many conversations going on about different ways that you can monetize AI. People are building GPTs, creating art, creating music. And the big news with Origins is that we have just added a whole new 2-hour class on automation, a 2-hour introduction. So no matter what level you are at with AI, you can learn the basics of automation. This is a really valuable skill. If you know how to set up an automation, that is the kind of skills people are going to be looking for in the future. You know that whole thing of like, well, it's not AI that's going to replace your job, it's someone that knows AI. Automation is one of those things that is really good to know. And the projects that I use it for in this class are really neat. First of all, we create a spreadsheet of ideas. We come up with some niches, and I have some pretty neat ways to find and validate niches. And then from there, you can build those niches into a whole spreadsheet of ideas for low content books, for GPTs, for digital products, anything you want to create. You can automate hundreds of ideas on validated niches very, very quickly. And I show you how to do that. I also show you how to fill up a Google Doc with illustrated content. That means you could create something like a poetry book, an illustrated ebook in literally a couple of minutes. You can create a how-to book in the same way. So I show you how to do that, all with automation. And the other thing I show you in this class is how to automate a Facebook page. And this is like mind-blowing. Basically, you can set up a Facebook page, you can set up an automation, and every day or every hour, the automation will post an AI-generated picture and post to Facebook. So you can have a Facebook page running on complete automation. And also, this is safe. This is an approved by Facebook method. And that is just one of the examples in the automation class that I just added to Origins. So that's a new 2-hour class, bringing the total classes in Origins up to 20 hours. And if we take a very quick peek behind the scenes, you'll see there is so much content in here. Creating GPTs, 10 videos on that. Monetizing art, we have 12 classes. Monetizing music, that's a whole module. The frameworks. In working with data, we actually cover data scraping. If you want to find out the latest niches that are happening, the latest trends, I'm going to show you how you can get that information. So that is how much content is in this huge, huge course. 20 hours, over 60 classes. I would love for you to be part of Origins. We also have an amazing Facebook group. It is busy. It has well over 200 people. Everyone is chatting in there. Everyone is sharing ideas. It's a really positive, friendly, constructive place to be. Very pro AI. We're all looking at where the opportunities are, how to get the best from AI. And this is one of the coolest parts of Origins. We have a GPT builder, and there are over 160 GPTs built into the GPT builder. For example, if we go to marketing and content creation, you can see there's all kinds of GPTs pre-built in here. A customer journey mapper, an email marketing sequence. You can just load in these GPT templates, edit them, and use them for whatever you want. You can use them personally, or you can tailor them to your business and give them out to your customers as a gift or a lead magnet, or you can sell these as your own product. You can white label them and turn them into your own product. And the testimonials for Origins have absolutely poured in, and I am so grateful and so happy that you guys are really enjoying the course. We have had so much positive feedback. There are more testimonials on the website. These are just a few that came in the last few days. Someone said, "Katharyne and Isaac, thank you for the incredible knowledge you are sharing inside the Origins course. I've had to digest the video slowly because there is so much to take in and so many rabbit holes to run down into. I've just begun watching the Mastering Custom GPTs videos and OMG, I'm so excited to be part of this course. Thank you. If you haven't enrolled in the Origins course yet, do it now. You'll be mind melding. I love that, mind melding with Katharyne and Isaac, visionaries ahead of the curve." This comment just came in when I posted the automation class. This person just looked at the automation class, said, "Wow, just wow, Katharyne. I'm thinking to myself whether I have hit a gold mine or what." And Origins is a beautiful course, very detailed, but also great fun. Katharyne's enthusiasm is infectious and every video is a revelation. And that is what we have really tried to do with this course, is to make every class count. What I have tried to do with Origins is really focus on the topics that I think are most valuable in building your AI skills. And what I've tried to do is give you an introduction to all of them. So that is it, origins.tangent.rocks. Please check out this course. We have put so much work into it and people are loving it. They're all saying, "I don't know how to tell people about it because there is so much in there." So that's a problem I'm trying to figure out how to overcome because it's so huge. If I focus on any one part of it, you guys might think that's all there is. It is the biggest course I have ever made. It is huge. So do check it out. And also we do have coupons. So if you have bought Tangent templates or Imagine or any of our courses in the past, please shoot me a message, support@tangent.rocks. Let me know what you have bought and we will give you a coupon. So you will get a discount off Origins. And also if you are dealing with hardship or if you have been laid off, anything serious, please do send me a message. We have a hardship discount as well. We really want Origins to be accessible. We want you guys in the course working with us because I think this could turn things around. The goal with Origins is to help you find your origin story. I know the economy has been really challenging lately and the future is obviously in AI. So my goal with this was really to give you the skills that you need for the imminent future as quickly as possible. I wanted to give you really powerful skills with this. So if you are struggling to afford it, please send me a message. We can help. We do have discounts and we would love for you to be part of Origins. So let's get talking about Midjourney. There have been 2 enormous updates over the last 2 days. Yesterday, they updated the V7 style references, and this is absolutely huge. The style references look absolutely amazing. They are more diverse and they look really, really cool. I'm going to show you several ways you can use this to get great effects. So we're going to talk about style references. And then today, they really knocked our socks off because they have just introduced their version 1 video model. And I think it's very valuable to actually take a look at their update because they explain a little bit about their philosophy. And this is one of the reasons why I am so obsessed with Midjourney. One of the questions I get asked the most is, do I need Midjourney? Can I not use a free alternative or a cheap alternative? I know that it's not the cheapest tool on the market, but Midjourney by far is the best, both in terms of quality. The picture quality is incredible. it also has these amazing features. So it has omnireference, which gives you headshots. It gives you the ability to create fantasy portraits. It gives you the ability to create consistent characters in your books. It is a really powerful tool. And Midjourney has these features. It has omnireference, it has retexturing. I have another video on that. And it has style references. And I have a free book of style references on katharyne.gumroad.com. And you can use that to get started with style references. It has a bunch of them for free. So this update for Midjourney, this is the update for the videos. They've said, "Hi everyone, as you know, our focus for the past few years has been images. What you might not know is that we believe the inevitable destination of this technology are models capable of real-time open-world simulations." This is why I am such a fangirl of Midjourney, because they have a vision. In the past, they've called this the holodeck, and they describe it here. They say, imagine an AI system that generates imagery in real time. You can command it to move around in 3D space, the environments and characters move, and you can interact with everything. So what they are doing is they are working towards a sandbox. Like, imagine the game GTA. If you've ever played GTA, you can run around, you can interact with the characters, you can go jet skiing, you can do all this cool stuff. I believe this is where Midjourney is going, that they are giving you the tools to build a whole world. And this is what I love. This vision that Midjourney has is where I think the future is. And I think they're the only company that are really seeing it in this way. You know, Meta have the metaverse, and it's just never quite taken off the way it could have done or it should have done. I think Midjourney's vision is a little bit more workable. And what they're saying is we need building blocks. First, we need visuals. Then we need to make those images move. So today, we're taking that step forward and releasing version 1 of our video model to the entire community. And this is why my money is on Midjourney. So let's take a look at the videos. So if we start at the gallery, you can see people have been busy. There are all kinds of videos that people are making. And the way it works is that you start with an image. So you give it an image, and you can see they started with a little tooth there, an image of a tooth, and then you animate it. So let's give this a try. I have this cool picture here of me and my dog Zippy that I made in Midjourney, and I love it. I feel like we're characters from Doctor Who or something, where we show up. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if Zippy and I were like the bad guys in Doctor Who, and we're like, haha, Doctor... It would be amazing. Anyway, this would be us. So I'm going to animate this image, and the simplest way to do it is just click auto, and you can click low motion or high motion. And the help file isn't super helpful there. It literally says, create a video with a low amount of motion or a high amount of motion. But basically what they're saying is that if you have an image that is mostly static, like you don't want many things to move, you just maybe want the character to turn their head or do a simple gesture, you're going to pick low motion. If you want a big action shot, you've got like a car and there's things flying past, then you're going to want high motion. And it's a little bit of a trade-off. Low motion is going to be more precise, whereas high motion might introduce more chaos. But right now, they both look pretty good. And you'll notice there's an auto mode and there's also a manual mode. So if you choose auto, it's going to decide how to animate that image. If you choose the manual mode, you can actually prompt for the image. So if we select manual, I can actually change the prompt and say, the lady with the dog smiles at the camera. So you can add a prompt to it. These are automatically generated, and oh my gosh, guys, check this out. How cool is this? That's the first one. That's the second one. Wow. It's like the Harry Potter portraits that come to life, right? It's so cool. There's the third one, and there's the fourth one. So imagine if you're a book creator and you've just made your book, your cover. You can upload your cover. Even if you didn't create it in Midjourney, you can upload your cover to Midjourney and have it animate this. So absolutely fantastic. Great, so now it looks like the manually prompted videos have come through as well. And what I will say is that a lot of video models, very, very slow. Midjourney is running really quickly. So check this out. These are where I prompted for me to smile at the camera. So it's very prompted here, and the facial expressions are really, really good. Like that's pretty cool. So there we go. You can see that it followed the directions. She turns, she smiles at the camera. Now let's talk about pricing. And pricing is one of the really challenging things with video right now. For example, the Google Veo model came out, I think, a week, 2 weeks ago. It's very, very new and very expensive. They basically pitched this as the top video model on the market at $250 per month. This is Google's new model, Veo 3. That was supposedly the top of the game. Just a couple of days ago, 2 new models came out of China. One from ByteDance, which is TikTok, and another one. And both of those are comparable to Veo. As I say, the Google one, very, very expensive. So with that in mind, let's take a look at Midjourney's pricing for this, because I think this video model is absolutely fantastic. And what I love about it is that it is on the Midjourney model, which means that you can use your style references, you can use all the cool Midjourney tricks and techniques to make beautiful, artsy pictures that you can animate. And that's one of the key things that I love about Midjourney and why I recommend Midjourney so much, is that it really has an artistic vibe. It's really creative and the images look beautiful. And I am not an affiliate of Midjourney. People are like, Katharyne, are you trying to promote Midjourney? No, I get no kickbacks. They do not pay me. The only thing they have given me is a really gorgeous book. Here's the thing with pricing on Midjourney with video. I don't think the standard plan is going to cut it. If you want to create video, I think you really need to be on the Pro plan, which is the $60 a month plan. Now, compared to Veo, compared to everything else, I think it's still a really, really good deal. But I know that $60 a month does feel like kind of a big chunk of change. But what you get for that is unlimited video generations in relax mode. So it's pretty awesome. For $60, you can create unlimited videos. In the standard plan, you have to use your fast hours. So I really think to get the best out of this, you do need to be on the Pro plan with Midjourney. But compared to other options out there for creating advertisements, for creating your own marketing videos, this is still a really, really good deal. So I would recommend the $60 a month plan if you want to make videos with Midjourney, but that will give you unlimited generations. Now I want to move on and talk about the new style reference updates, because this is absolutely fantastic to me. If you have followed me for a while, you'll know that I love style references. I post them all the time in the ChatGPT group on Facebook. And if you are in our Origins group, you will know that I save my extra special style references to post in that group, along with some tips and tricks for how to use them and how to monetize them. Why do I like style references so much? Well, the answer to that is because each style reference is basically like an AI artist who is trained and who has practiced a particular signature style that they have absolutely mastered. And that signature style can be yours. So, for example, if you look at all our pictures for Origins, we use the same style throughout. So this is great for your brand or for your books to keep a consistent style throughout your book or throughout all your brand content. So for example, if I scroll through some of these images, you can see that each set is a unique style. They all look very, very different. Some are cartoony, some are pretty, some are a little bit scary, some are stylized. So for example, this style really stands out to me. It looks really beautiful. And you can see that all 4 images here that it has created have those similar colors, the red, white, and blue colors. They have similar textures and a similar perspective. And it's very different from this set of images, which I think are absolutely stunning. They look like something from a Saturday morning cartoon to me. And so what we can do is use this style. If we find a style we like, we can use that prompt and you'll see this number here. The star reference has this number. So what I can do is just change the prompt. So at the moment I've just prompted for art. So this is kind of a random image, but I could change this and do Newfoundland dog. Always my favorite thing to prompt for. And let's do something else as well. Let's do a dragon flying through the sky. So there we go. There's our Newfie dog. And those ones, it's actually put a photograph. So I could fix that with prompting. Instead of a photograph, we can say cartoon close up of a Newfoundland dog. So we can fix the prompt slightly. But that picture is the same star reference as these images. And the dragon absolutely looks like it's from the same world. So if you look at this picture of the girl here, you could totally imagine that she is looking at that dragon. Okay, so these fit a bit more into the world. There's the cartoon close-up of the Newfie dog, and that one looks great. It looks like it's from the same world as the other images. So check this out. We can animate this image. So she's blinking and she's looking. And then we could animate this dragon too and have it flying through the sky. And so you can just edit these videos together. As long as you're using the same style reference for each of your videos, you can create these scenes that look like they're from the same world. And I've talked about consistent characters before. If you look back at my videos, I have a video about omnireference. You can also use that technique to create consistent characters. And guys, you can probably make yourself your own Saturday morning cartoon with a little bit of patience. The videos at the moment are 5 seconds long, but you can extend those. But it's probably still a lot quicker than when you think about the old days of animation where they drew them a frame at a time. This time, at least, you're getting at least 5 seconds at a time. So what has changed with star references? Well, one of the key things is that the star references have got a lot better. So if we just type in art, and then we do --sref and random. And then I'm also going to put an aspect ratio on this. So I know this looks like a lot of code. It's really not. It's just the prompt, which is art. So I'm leaving it open to Midjourney, what it wants to create for me. Then I'm doing sref, which says this is a star reference. Random is going to generate a random number. And here's the really mind-blowing thing with star references. Midjourney has infinite star references. Every number that you put in here is a ref. You can put in any number you want. You can put in 420, 123. They will all be a star reference. But what has changed is that these star references are more diverse and they are stronger styles. They are really beautiful styles. That aspect ratio is just describing the shape of the image. So 4:3 is 4 width, 4 units of width, 3 units of height. So it's basically a landscape picture. If it was 3:4, that would be 3 width, 4 height, which would be portrait. 1:1 is a square. So I'm just going to run that. Wow, so that gave me a very traditional style, and you can see it generated the number there. And these are some more examples that I created, and you can see just how much these vary. This reference absolutely blew my mind. It looks hand-drawn, so I actually shared this one in the Origins group because every picture that you create with this looks like a sketch. It's a really stunning style reference. And I even made a couple of self-portraits. There we go. There's one picture of me, and there's another one that I really liked. And if you don't like the signature on there, it's not a real signature. It's not Midjourney stealing someone's signature. It's just an AI-generated signature. So what you can do is just use the editor and go in and edit that out. But this shows you the power of style references in that now I know this code, that I have this reference number. I can use it anytime I want to draw anything I want in this style. A helicopter, a landscape scene, a picture of New York City, whatever I want, something for my brand, something for my blog, I can create it using this style reference. Here's another example. I found this reference just by trying random numbers, and I got these pictures here, which I thought were great. So I tested it with Newfoundland dog, and look at this. How cute at these pictures, especially this one. It has this Gulliver's Travels kind of vibe, and I think it would be amazing to use this star reference to illustrate a children's book, for example. And then this was another image that I generated with a random reference and using the prompt art. And it took it very literally. This is actually an art gallery, I guess. But how cool is this world? You can see how each star reference is like its own world. So then I tried the same star reference with the prompt coffee shop. And it's so fun because this coffee shop looks like it could be the coffee shop at that art gallery. You can see these same motifs are happening, the same colors, those flowery, bubbly effects in the pictures. And I even prompted for New York City in that style as well. And that looks great. Now, what they have really improved is that you can use pictures as star references. Now, this has been in Midjourney for quite a long time, but it works better than ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Starry Night right in here where it says star reference. I'm just going to drop Van Gogh's Starry Night, famous picture. And I'm going to try some prompts. Let's do painting of a Persian cat looking at the sky. Illustration of a Newfoundland dog. So check it out. These are some of the images we got here. An illustration of a Newfoundland dog. And it has used Starry Night as the reference. So you can see this has affected the brush strokes and the whole style of this image. And then this is the Persian cat looking at the sky. So that is fabulous. And there are some really interesting things you can do using public domain pictures as star references. So for example, I used this famous painting by Georges Seurat, and I asked for pictures of Balboa Park in San Diego in his style. And I thought this was really quite mind-blowing to see these images. And I also prompted for the Titanic. What if Seurat painted the Titanic? I also used this famous Japanese woodblock image as a star reference and asked for pictures of a beach scene in San Diego. And I thought the results were so interesting to see this scene in this style. And you could use this technique to create postcards, bookmarks, digital wallpaper for your phone. And then I used this picture, which is one of my favorite illustrations of all time by J.J. Granville. And I use this as a star reference, and I want to show you the results. Look at these. I prompted for a lion, and look at these gorgeous images I got. I asked for a clown. I've got some really fun clown pictures. A beautiful mansion in his style. I would live there in a heartbeat. I would love to live in a Granville-inspired mansion. And then this peacock. And look at this, guys. We can take this to the next level with animation. How awesome is that? Like, this feels like art. This feels like creating something awesome. Another place that you can get images that you can use as star references without feeling guilty about it is Unsplash. Unsplash allows you to use their images for commercial and non-commercial purposes. So you can look up something like, I don't know, candy, and then scroll through to find a really striking, this image. So we can grab this image here, which is licensed for commercial use. I can just drag this image in as a star reference, and I can prompt 2 ladies enjoying afternoon tea. And we'll make that a portrait image. And look at these pictures. How amazing are these? So it used that star reference, it used the colors, it used that layout with having the circles kind of neatly laid out. And this was the result. I mean, if you had a blog or a magazine that you wanted to illustrate, you could make a gorgeous spread with various illustrations in different sizes and shapes and put those throughout your article. And check it out, I animated it. How fun is this? You can see these ladies chatting to each other. I prompted 2 ladies sipping tea and chatting. And it's like we get this little peek into their world. So fabulous. You can also use your own images. So I used this rather crappy picture of some resin jewelry that I made. Don't judge me, I'm a digital artist. My resin jewelry isn't the best thing in the world. but I created this resin jewelry. I took a picture of it and used this as a style reference. And look what Midjourney gave me. I think Midjourney's version of my resin jewelry was way prettier than my actual jewelry. So AI, I think, is by far a better artist than I am. But I thought these looked amazing. Oh my gosh, I would love to see this at a market. I would buy these ornaments. They look stunning. So you can use your own work as a style reference and have Midjourney expand on it, give you more ideas, help you prototype a new concept. Like, these looked so good to me. And one last thing I want to talk about with these style references is coloring books. And I'm going to go over to ChatGPT for a moment, and I'm going to say, create a kawaii, cute coloring book page featuring 2 cats in top hats enjoying afternoon tea at a nice cafe. And I'm going to run that prompt. So there it is. There's our image from ChatGPT, which I think is really cute. And I'm going to download this. But what I will say is that creating coloring book images in ChatGPT is slow. It takes probably a minute or 2 to generate each image. And you still get some wonky things like this teapot floating around. So it's not perfect, but it is a nice clean image. Now, what you can do is use this image as a style reference in Midjourney and get the best from Midjourney. For example, the speed of creating images in Midjourney, the ability to use the editor in Midjourney, and all the other powerful tools that Midjourney has. So what I'm going to do is drop that ChatGPT image here as a style reference, and I'm going to prompt for a kawaii, cute coloring book page featuring 2 squirrels enjoying dinner at a fancy restaurant. And we'll make that portrait. And I'm going to run that a couple of times because it's Midjourney, so you can create 40 images in a minute or 2. And guys, look at these images. They look so cute. This is really, really fun. And if anything doesn't look right, like you don't like that vase in the middle, you can just fix that with the editor tools. That's super cute. There we go. There we go. So this is really awesome. You can use coloring book pictures from ChatGPT as style references in Midjourney so that you can get the best out of Midjourney as well. And just for reference, this is that same prompt without the style reference. So this is Midjourney without using that style reference and the same prompt. This is with the ChatGPT image. So much cleaner lines and looking much more like a coloring book picture. This was a big video with a lot of content. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed it, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss future videos from me, and also check out our course, origins.tangent.rocks. It is so big. It is such a mind-blowing course. I have put all my work into it over the last 6 months, and I think you will see just how much is in there if you take a look at that. So I would love to see you in there. Also, come and join our Facebook groups if you haven't already. There's links under the video. All right, guys, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.